de Guadalajara, Jalisco, el orgullo de México. Here is Saúl Canelo Alvarez.
He can become one of the youngest boxing champions at this weight division. It's a big moment for this young man.
Scheduled for 12 rounds. Canelo wearing purple. Matthew Magic Hatton in the black and gold.
Let them hands do the talking right there. Stay away from that corner there. So that's what you got to do.
Uppercut again for Alvarez. Now downstairs and another left hook right on the button.
That's dirty trickery right there by Hatton. Holding on to Canelo with a headlock. But that's what you have to do to frustrate the younger fighter.
Back against the ropes. Comes out swinging. Canelo catches him clean again. And a fight is breaking out.
Because Alvarez has the better timing. He has the faster hands. That's the reason you can see the clean punching by Alvarez instead of the activity of Hatton.
Oh, what a combination for Canelo. And how is Hatton still standing after that shot? Oh, a big right hand. Matthew still on his feet. I don't know how.
Well, there you have it, Todd. Unanimous decision for the new WBC Super Welterweight Champion of the world, Saúl Canelo Alvarez. And what a performance.
Alvarez, needless to say, in the green trunks to the left of your screen. Only Mayweather will try to show speed and he gets out the first shot. Canelo Alvarez, certainly the future of boxing, but the present is still Floyd Mayweather.
And Mayweather catches him coming in as Canelo was trying to load up there, so you're going to see him quite a bit.
Nice up there. He's doing what he wants to do, and I hope you're enjoying watching one of the greatest fighters in the history of boxing rip apart a kid who's a two-time world champion and he's only 23 years of age, been a professional since he's 15, and he's never met anything like this. Well, now it's about time him to turn it up. It's only a minute and 14 seconds ago, so he usually turns it up just to be sure the judges will give him the run. And that's Ray Leonard, who's touched by Andrew Bundy behind him. Solid right hand cracks the big jaw and the chisel jaw of Alvarez. Canelo tries an attack here. Floyd takes some right shots, mostly on the shoulders. Dancing rolls upstairs. This guy just doesn't get hit.
Mexico has produced some great champions throughout the years, and Canelo is a champion. He's a true champion at heart, and a true champion like Canelo, he can take a loss and bounce back.
Canelo Alvarez and James Kirkland, and boy, you can feel the enthusiasm in this crowd.
You really can. The enthusiasm of 40,000 fans, and everybody expects James Kirkland to start very fast.
Kirkland left hand. Missed with the right.
Kirkland's legs stiffened a little bit from some of those shots. Like I said, he's always been susceptible in the opening round of his bouts.
Nailed, and he goes down right on the chin. Just as you said it, he's been susceptible in the early going. He was hit right on the chin by Saúl Canelo Alvarez, and down he went. How about that? Alvarez to the left of your screen, landing heavy power shots. Kirkland does, the uppercut caught him, coming forward. Bounce up to 3 and 4.
If Kirkland can get up, he's going to fight. He's always going to want to fight. He's never going to give up.
But his legs are not there. This time, I don't think he's getting up.
Wow.
Is he counting or is it all over?
Oh, it's over.
All over.
It's over.
He knocked him out cold. Referee didn't want to bother the count. They want to get the doctor in there first. That was a right hand that finished him off. How about Canelo Alvarez? Wow.
That was a good call from John Shorley. I don't know if Kirkland would have been able to get up under his own power after that, but the fight should have been over.
And he was right not to waste the time counting him out. Well, the new star of Mexico, the new star of the world.
Sensational performance from Canelo Alvarez.
It wasn't long, but the customers got what they came for.
They really did. They got a shootout. This is why they paid for the ticket. Yeah, Canelo is a ticket seller. He has his star power, but also the matchup. They knew they would get nonstop action.
And for Alvarez at the stage in his career, it's his time to step up.
I want to see if Canelo Alvarez can track him down. Can he cut off the ring, or is he just following him around the ring? Oh, nice leg. That wobbled him a little bit.
There he goes downstairs to the body, and it just looks so much more powerful. There's that digging button.
He hurt him there.
Solid right hand upstairs. Nails him with another right hand. Cotto comes right back on him. Now the action's really picked up. This is what we expect to see more of. And this is where we expect to see, oh, look at that, a right hand shot lands. Cotto definitely needs this round. Let's see what happens here. Alvarez clicks on 2 uppercuts, those half uppercuts with the left hand. Now he's picked up the pace, loading up shots now. Cotto battles to the bell, and that's it. But it's Alvarez's round. I get Alvarez winning this. It's a question of how much the judges see it.
Canelo Alvarez.
Estoy muy contento. Mis respetos para Miguel Ángel Cotto. Para mí siempre será un ejemplo. Es un gran campeón. Siempre lo voy a admirar.
I'm very happy. Much respect to Miguel Cotto. I will always admire him. He's a great champion.
Pero empieza mi era.
But now it's my era.
At the brand new T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, and we are underway. An electric crowd is fired up on Cinco de Mayo weekend. Canelo Alvarez wearing the red and white. What a knockout of Patrick Teixeira to open up the night. But right now, Amir Khan is landing his punches.
He's the busier guy. Busier with his feet and with his hands. Neither of these fighters can think about Triple G. They need to think about what's in front of them. We are 1/3 into this prize fight. And I would say it's time for Canelo Alvarez to wake up. Just needs to be a little bit more active.
Well, the good thing about boxing, that can all change with one punch.
That's true.
Like left from Canelo Alvarez. That's the power we've expected.
Amir Khan with a different ring mentality, higher ring IQ, and a tricky style.
Canelo drops Amir Khan. A big shot landed by the Mexican fighter. And it is over. A one shot from Canelo Alvarez. Dropped Amir Khan and knocked him out. Wow.
That is a one-hitter quitter. That is a cold one-punch knockout. You don't see him often in boxing. We just saw it. I hope Amir Khan is okay.
Yeah, well, you know, I said, boy.
You said it. One punch can change everything.
Change it. Whereas Junior ran in, Canelo is enjoying the strut. A little bounce in his step.
A little more serious than I'm used to seeing. And normally when he enters an arena or a stadium, he's got a big smile on his face and he soaks it in, but he seems to be about his business tonight. As well, he should be.
Here they are inside the ring, and we are underway. They don't even tap glove. Canelo Alvarez in the blue. Chavez Jr. in the white with the green and red, representing the Mexican flag. This one is being called the Mexican Super Bowl. A lot of people from Mexico flew into Las Vegas specifically for this. 6'1" to 5'9", the height difference. Uppercut from Canelo. Stiff jab from Canelo, followed by a right. Body shot from Canelo, digging.
He had a moment. He needs to press his advantage. Instead, he's eating big right uppercuts from Alvarez.
Oh, another one.
That was a right cross. Man,
Yes, it
the
was.
sweat fly.
Right hand from Canelo. Chavez eating it. Smirking, but no. Uppercut landed from Canelo. Jab from Canelo. Right hand from Guadalajara. Oh, that woke him up.
He needs to keep working. Volume is very important for him.
His corner told him you need a fight. There it is. Canelo answers back. Lured him in. Got him. Put him in the middle of the ring. Did Canelo Alvarez.
Good right uppercut from Canelo.
Blood from the nose of Junior. Left eye closing. Stiff jab from Canelo. Mouth wide open from Junior.
I mean, Alvarez is nonchalantly kicking Chavez's ass. Fans came to see a Mexican showdown, a Mexican war. What they got was a master class from Alvarez, and they know for sure now who the star of Mexico is.
Golovkin, you are next, my friend.
And this, my friend, is the biggest fight that can happen in boxing, the biggest legitimate event.
Por eso lo vuelvo a repetir. La era del Canelo es la mejor porque peleó con los mejores.
But I always say Canelo era is the best because I fought the best.
And Doug, see ya in September.
Absolutely.
Tonight, Chris Mannix, we know the winner will be the middleweight champ.
Yeah, and they have made Gennady Golovkin wait for years for this opportunity. They wanted Canelo Alvarez to be a full-blown middleweight at this point. They believe now's the time.
Very few fights can be called super fights. This is one of them. We're underway, round number 1. Canelo Alvarez in the blue trunks, Gennady Golovkin in the gray. His eyes, his face, he's rarely touched and rarely eats one flush. Both men exchange good right hands. Short, tight punches as well. Right hand again by Golovkin. Canelo says no, but it landed.
That's the biggest shot of the fight, and Canelo took it well. Took Golovkin's power really nicely there. So, for me, at least, a body shot is devastating.
Good uppercut there by Canelo trying to stay off the ropes. But Canelo Alvarez is fighting a good part of this fight with his back on the ropes. I agree, rounds 5 and 8, I've got clearly for Golovkin. And the judges are concentrating for the entire round.
That was a huge right hand by Canelo Alvarez there. Pushed Gennady Golovkin's head right back. But Golovkin has done enough to win this fight in my card.
Who'd you give the 11th round to?
I gave it to Golovkin. I thought he did enough towards the end of that round. The counter-punching for Canelo was effective, but not enough of this. Middle of the ring, trading, landing clean shots. It starts for Canelo early, but it fades late.
Golovkin will need more here to win this round. Canelo fighting to the final bell. Triple G comes back. And that's it. Gennady Golovkin. Will that O go? Close fight, outstanding fight. Fellas, just a fight fought at the highest level, superior in every way.
We go to the scorecards after 12 rounds of boxing. Adelaide Bird scores it 118 to 110 for Canelo. Dave Moretti scores it 115-113 for Triple G. And Don Trella scores it 114-114, a three-way split. This is officially a draw.
Well, there is a stunning outcome. And a draw almost always gets booed. It shouldn't be that way, but it is disappointing on both sides. Canelo Alvarez, a fan favorite. Obviously here, Mexican fans, fans in the southwestern part of the United States here in Las Vegas. Also very fan-friendly. Bernard Hopkins there, former middleweight champion of the world. As we get ready now for the rematch between Canelo Alvarez and Gennady Golovkin. Should be outstanding. Middleweight championship of the world. Golovkin comes out jabbing in the white trunks. Canelo Alvarez in the black.
But right here, Canelo's not giving no inch. He hasn't moved back. Good hook there.
That's a great hook by Canelo Alvarez. Flashing off with the hook after he threw many jabs to set that up.
It bloodied Canelo's nose right there with that power jab from Golovkin.
Well, they say character shows in the ring. It certainly is here with these two. Round 10, and they are slugging it out. Very different second fight. Hard shots by Golovkin. You can hear them land. Canelo looking to answer back. Golovkin fires back and lands a right hand, and a jab, and a combination.
This entire fight has been fought in the middle of the ring. Just intense body work, everything, just punch for punch, combinations, the defense, the subtle movement, the pivots. It's just been a brilliant performance in the middle of the ring by both fighters.
Now time to slug it out, standing right in front of each other. No dancing in this one. Final round. Golovkin fires back. Canelo, that time with the combination. Fans are on their feet for the final seconds. These fighters deserve it. Both men are spent. And it's over. Canelo can smile now. And Golovkin with the embrace. Outstanding middleweight championship fight. It's going to be close.
And new WBC, WBA, IBO Ring Magazine middleweight champ Canelo Alvarez.
The middleweight champion of the world, Canelo Alvarez, making his New York City and Madison Square Garden debut. Sergio Mora, Sugar Ray Leonard, I'm Brian Kenny. A brace on the left knee of Canelo Alvarez.
I noticed that little by little your body starts falling apart the older you get. Usually he gets that KT tape on him, but now he has a brace. So that means he probably is feeling something that he needs a brace.
Keeping it inside the middle of the ring. Off those ropes, out of the corner.
Sergio, does he have the jab to keep Canelo Alvarez at bay? Does he have that stick? Down body shot. One body shot, and he takes a knee. Oh! See it again.
Canelo, great body shot. First of all, he doesn't have the power to keep Canelo off of him.
No, he doesn't. Down he goes. Body shot, and he is being chopped down.
He doesn't have that arsenal, and he's fighting the wrong fight. But look, he still has this look in his eye, like maybe he's trying to get Canelo to
Hard
wear
right
himself
hand,
out.
and down he goes. Fielding looks back in his corner. Jamie Moore.
Okay.
He's smiling. He's aware of what's happening.
You don't smile when you hit like that.
Yeah, there's not much he can do. That was a headshot, and down he goes to the body, and that should do it.
It's over.
That is it.
It's over.
Ricky Gonzalez makes the right call. A showcase fight for the biggest star in the sport. That's exactly what it was. As we've mentioned throughout the night, very few.
Go right at each other, and there's some good work by Alvarez. 3 nice right hands and an uppercut. Some of Alvarez's better work in the fight. And he stunned Gonzalez. Gonzalez hurt for the first time in the fight, and there it is, it's over. Just like that. A surprise, sudden ending, and so Alvarez observes sudden opportunity against Yuri Gonzalez, who looks like he still can't believe it. Alvarez suddenly found 3 right hands, an uppercut, and worked through Gonzalez.
Everything's landing for the 20-year-old.
I don't like the body language by both of them here.
Oh boy, Baltimore might be ready to go. And he's gone. Canelo knocks out the 39-year-old. He's not going to get up.
Anytime a fighter falls face first, it's over.
And it is over. Canelo Alvarez gets the knockout. He's so desperately craved. He's unbeaten, and he just might be Mexico's next big boxing star.
Now that's a performance. That's how you make your presentation on the big stage.
He's been mentioned in some big level fights. He's been mentioned as maybe coming onto the undercard of Mayweather Victor Ortiz in September. A lot in front of Canelo Alvarez as he tries to dispose of Brian Rhodes, and he did it. Puts the exclamation point on a fine performance. He outboxed him, he overpowered him, and then he finished him. In many ways, more impressive than an early knockout. Alvarez with a 24-10 edge in punches landed, plus the power. So he continues to get the better of Cintron, and he's gotten the best of him totally as this comes to a sudden end. One of those judgment calls where the referee, Hector Afu, simply decided that Cintron was taking too much.
It's not good that Lopez is staying close to the ropes. It's a bad place for him. You just see so much better leverage, more accuracy, and obviously more power from the punches from Alvarez.
Not scoring a lot of punches, but certainly scoring.
And Cortez wants to say
the game factor, that is it.
Cortez saves Lopez from himself. Yeah, good win for Alvarez. He needed to be impressive. He couldn't just win. He had to dominate, and that's what he did.
So Joe Cortez doing the right thing?
I think so.
And even though Lopez was completely outmatched, outclassed, he did show a lot of guts, and that goes a long way in terms of getting fights in the future and being able to still stay active.
Canelo Alvarez still looking strong, landing the heavy punches. From the opening bell, Canelo Alvarez has been dominating this fight, landing the big shots. Now he's just toying with Angulo, bobbing and weaving, putting his head down, putting the gloves down, daring Angulo to come and try to knock him out.
Been a real big power index, and that's it.
They stopped the fight. Referee Tony Weeks has jumped in and stopped the fight. And Angulo is upset about it. And he's mad at Tony Weeks.
They have to play their respective roles here. Angulo has to be mad at the referee. Tony Weeks has to do his job.
He brought the doctor in before the last round, gave him one last shot. Virgil Hunter gave him one last shot. Hey, these guys have been in situations where, hey, Levander Johnson in this ring several years ago, this kind of a fight, getting pummeled, and, you know, they left it up, stopped it.
All of that stuff that Kirkland has thrown didn't have as much effect as those 2 punches that Alvarez just had. And another right hand, and another one.
And I love that Alvarez continues to work the body.
Look at these shots. Alvarez to the left of your screen, landing heavy power shots. Kirkland does, oh! The uppercut caught him, coming forward. Counts up to 3 and 4. Kirkland's eyes are clear. He's up at 6. Have to take the 8 count. So he's been down for the second time in the fight.
If Kirkland can get up, he's going to fight. He's always going to want to fight. He's never going to give up.
But his legs are not there. This time, I don't think he's getting up.
Wow.
Is he counting or is it all over?
Oh, it's over.
All over.
It's over.
He knocked him out cold. Referee didn't want to bother the count. They want to get the doctor in there first. That was a right hand that finished him off. How about Canelo Alvarez? Wow.
That was a good call from John Shorley. I don't know if Kirkland would have been able to get up under his own power after that, but the fight should have been over.
And he was right not to waste the time counting him out.
I think Alvarez is actually a little bit concerned about his opponent.
Especially about a year ago, an impressive knockout of James Kirkland in the third. Doug, you were there for that.
James Kirkland with the perfect style and mentality to bring out the best offense in Canelo Alvarez. Amir Khan with a different ring mentality, higher ring IQ, and a tricky style.
Canelo drops Amir Khan. A big shot landed by the Mexican fighter. And it is over. A one shot from Canelo Alvarez. Dropped Amir Khan and knocked him out.
Wow. That is a one-hitter quitter. That is a cold one-punch knockout.
Oh, and there it is! A third time! Will it be a charm? 4, 5. It's over! Canelo Alvarez, the WBO junior middleweight champion of the world!
What a shot to the body. It was like a cannon. Boom! Downstairs. That pain lingers, Todd. It wasn't going away. Canelo reminded him of that body shot and that pain.
His 50th fight ends in a world championship.
Fielding just does not have that arsenal.
He doesn't have that arsenal, and he's fighting the wrong fight. But look, he still has this look in his eye, like maybe he's trying to get Canelo to wear himself out.
Down he goes. Fielding looks back in his corner. Jamie Moore
5, 6,
says keep going.
7, 8.
He's back up.
Fielding, come to me. Okay?
He's smiling. He's aware of what's happening.
You don't smile when you hit like that.
Yeah, there's not much he can do. That was a headshot, and down he goes to the body, and that should do it.
It's over.
That is it.
It's over.
Ricky Gonzalez makes the right call. A showcase fight for the biggest star in the sport. That's exactly what it was. Just an easy night's work, and yet an impressive, brutal stoppage by Saul Canelo Alvarez.